So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we're looking at Annihilape. I don't think many people expected Primate to be one of the Pokemon that evolved, but here we are, and it's now a Ghost type as well. We finally have a legal Fighting and Ghost type. Marshadow has never been legal in VGC. Forget Series 13, that doesn't count. So, yeah, never been legal with this combination. One of the best combinations you can get offensively. Fighting and Ghost cover each other literally perfectly. So, yeah, now we have a very good Pokemon that is able to make use of that. It is much better than I initially thought it would be. I thought it would be this set only. Like, obviously, the base HP, 110 final Gambit, is pretty busted. But, yeah, I thought that this would be the only thing. When I initially saw Rage Fist, I was like, oh, yeah, you're obviously going to run Choice Scarf on Annihilape, so Rage Fist kind of sucks because you're just going to be trying to move first anyway. You're not going to take the hits. But then I realized you just need to take one hit. Just one, and then you're 100 base power. And that's as strong as most moves should be going for. And then if you take 2 hits, you're pretty busted. So this is the set that's going to try and make the most of that. So we'll get to the Choice Scarf one, like that's the one most people are going to use, and that's going to be the most common one. But I'm trying to give you one that is not going to be that set, so you could see another way of running Annihilape. So bulk up with Drain Punch and Rage Fist. Like I said, fighting coverage, fighting Ghost is perfect coverage. So this is going to be a very nice combination. Drain Punch is recovery with bulk up is going to be very nice, but it is quite weak. So is Rage Fist, except you just need to be hit once. And if you are hit, then Rage Fist goes up. But if you are not hit with a super effective hit, they're not going to do much damage to you. So then you'll just still be really bulky, and then you'll be able to survive with things. If they want to be able to deal with the Annihilape quickly before the Rage Fist builds up, they need to hit you super effectively. Oh, would you look at that? If they hit you super effectively and you are able to survive, you still get a +2 attack increase anyway with the weakness policy. So that is why I've got so much bulk on this Annihilape. Initially, it was to be able to survive things like Flutter Mane Shadow Balls. We don't know if that's going to be a thing anymore because it might not be. But if it is, it can survive a Flutter Mane Shadow Ball and then easily KO back with a Rage Fist because you'd have taken a hit. It probably even, I haven't looked at the count, but just a regular Rage Fist without any damage probably KOs a Flutter Mane. But yeah, it's able to survive those kind of attacks. So if it can survive a Flutter Mane Shadow Ball, it can survive most of the super effective things. Like if they haven't set up or anything, it's going to survive most super effective hits that would hit into it, especially on the physical side. If you have even just one bulk up. So then you're going to be taking way less damage. So it's kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Zugzwang? Is that the chess term? Where you are forced to do something you don't want to do because you want to hit Annihilape to KO it, but you don't want to hit it to activate the Rage Fist. So you need to hit it hard to deal with it quickly. But if you hit it the hardest way you can with super effective damage, you activate the weakness policy. So, you know, that is a very, very nice synergistic balance between them. And even then, it can't be slowed down because of Defiant. So even if you're going for something like Intimidate to try and deal with it, it's got Defiant. Can't be intimidated because then you'll still get a +1 boost and then you'll still be doing great damage. And try and catch Parting Shots. Definitely try and catch Parting Shots with the Defiant because then you'll get a +3 boost because Defiant activates on each of the Parting Shot drops. So that'll be really nice if you manage to catch that. And if you're facing Grimmsnarls, they can't Spirit Break you because you have activate the weakness policy. So yeah, I think this is a very fun set that could be entirely reasonable on Annihilape. Obviously, this one's great. But this one, I think, has a lot of potential. I think the weakness policy is the cherry on top. I think Citrus Berry as well could be very good. I've been recommended like weakness policy and Citrus Berry for most of these things. But yeah, weakness policy I think is even more against the Citrus Berry, against like previous sets that have either recommended weakness policy or Citrus Berry. I think this one is even better because of the fact that you are balancing it with the fact that they need to hit you hard with Rage Fist and all that stuff. So yeah, this is a cool set. I'm definitely going to be trying this set out properly. Steel Terror type is going to be nice to be able to resist the Fairy type attacks that will be coming your way. One of the better defensive typings you could go for, and also a good type to be hit super effectively because most people that would be activating their own weakness policies usually go for something like a Bulldoze. So then you can Terror, turn into a Steel type, and make use of those boosts as well. And if they Bulldoze you, it also activates Defiant. You can't Bulldoze yourself and activate Defiant, but if they Bulldoze you, you are getting a weakness policy boost and a Defiant boost. Suddenly you're +4 and they are gone. So yeah, I think this could be great. Annihilape, I'll just talk about this one. Like, everyone knows this one. It's got incredible base HP. I think, what was the highest one? Staraptor was one of the highest before, and that was 85. I think 85 was the previous benchmark for HP. And suddenly we've just got an increase of 25 base HP on a final Gambit Pokemon. So that's pretty incredible. This is going to KO most of the metagame. Let's just have a quick look. So if you click on HP, it goes down like that. So, yeah, quite a few Pokemon. 110. Look at that. not many. So Gastrodon can do it, Brute Bonnet can do it if that's a thing. Amoonguss, Screamtail, I'm just saying relevant ones. Great Tusk. Baxcalibur can, but probably won't because it won't have that much HP unless it's the Assault Vest one that I recommended. Farigiraf can do it. And ignore Clodsire. And Dondozo and Iron Hands, Tinglu. There you go. So just a few. I didn't say the ones that are probably not going to be relevant, so that was only a few. It KOs almost all of the metagame with a Final Gambit. It's a ghost type. It can't be faked out. So you can't even fake out to stop the Final Gambit / chip it a little bit so the Final Gambit no longer KOs. It's a ghost type. You just go for Final Gambit unopposed. So yeah, this is very good. You don't need to go this. Like most people have just been defaulting to this. Like, you know, that. Because why not? But you don't need that. The fastest thing in the metagame is going to be Dragapult. You unfortunately need Jolly by 1 point. You could have gone Adamant, but you do need 143 to outspeed it. And you need Jolly for that. 142 is the Adamant max. So you outspeed the Dragapult with this, and then you do get to do a bit more damage if you are going for something like Close Combat. Close Combat's still going to be doing great damage. If you get Intimidated on turn 1, you don't need to Final Gambit. You've got +1 for Close Combat. On the Choice Scarf set, I would not run Rage Fist for the reasons I said at the beginning, because you're probably not going to have been hit in the game. So Phantom Force is going to be a bit better, mainly because you'll be able to very fastly, yeah, that's a sentence, very fastly break protection with the Phantom Force. So it will take the 2 turns, but then it will act like a feint for the rest of your Pokemon, and you're probably going to be outspeeding the rest of your Pokemon anyway to make use of it. And Rock Slide, because you've got a Choice Scarf. Do I need to say more than that? So yeah, I think this is one of the better Pokemon that's been introduced to the game. It's only going to run a few sets, but it's going to be one of the Pokemon that does its job incredibly well. Like, either you want a Pokemon to be super flexible and do many different things, or you want to be a Pokemon that is doing one job very well. This can do a couple of jobs very well, so I think that's even better than just a one job doing well. So yeah, I think S is a perfectly good ranking for this Annihilape. I am looking forward to see if there's more innovation on top of it. I don't expect there is much room for it, but yeah, this is going to be a very strong Pokemon.